Do you want to learn the Kip Up in less than 10 minutes? Stick around, because in this video I'm going to show you all the tips you need to learn the Kip Up in less than 10 minutes.
Keep grabbing.
Hi guys, and welcome to the Air Grabbers 27 YouTube channel. My name is Mag and I'm going to show you the Kip Up today. So what I'm going to do is I take a different approach and show you the tips that help me to learn the Kip Up. The things that help me is foot placement, how to use your legs, get comfortable with falling, that's a very important part that I'm going to show you, and how to use your head. May sound silly, but the head is a crucial point to learn the Kip Up for beginners. So now, without further ado, let's start this video. If you get any value out of this video, please like the video, support us, and now, let's go. Alright guys, for the first part I'm going to show you how to get comfortable with falling, because falling is a very important part of the Kip Up. If you have never done a Kip Up before, it is very likely that you will fall for the first several tries. So what we're going to do is we find a surface which isn't too hard for you to try the first couple of tries, because it's, as I mentioned, very likely that you fall down for the first couple of tries. So what we have here is concrete, which isn't the best thing to show you, but because it's raining outside, we had to look for a spot that it's inside, so concrete it is today. But for you, you can find sand or whatever that works best for you. Grass is a very good beginner's surface as well. So now I'm just gonna go down to the ground and show you a couple of tries which aren't gonna work, because as I mentioned, we want to get comfortable with falling. So just watch. So that's how it looks like when you fall down, or if you try Kip Up and it doesn't work because you haven't got the momentum yet to do a proper Kip Up. But with the fear factor out of the way, you saw falling down, it doesn't hurt that much, and you get comfortable with falling down, it's not too bad. With that out of the way, we now can focus on the technique of the Kip Up and really go full send and use the techniques that I'm going to show you without being afraid of falling down. Okay, we're done with the falling part. Now let's really start to focus on the technique. The one thing that I can't show you through the camera, and this one thing you really have to learn on your own, is the timing, because the timing is crucial to learn the Kip Up. I'm going to show you my best attempt to try to tell you what to do, but really the timing is something you have to learn on your own. But with falling down, and you know that it doesn't hurt that much, it's more likely for you to get used to it after a couple of tries. So the first technique part of the Kip Up tutorial is going to be how to use your head to help you get up. Because for me it doesn't matter what my hands are going to do during the Kip Up, because I can do it with fists, I can do it with hands, with the flat hand, with just a couple of fingers. So what matters to me is how to use my neck muscles and my head to get up off the ground and into the Kip Up position. So the first thing I'm going to do is just go down to the ground and show you a Kip Up without even using my hands. That's going to show you that the hand placement is not as important as anybody tells you. Alright. So that's a Kip Up without even using my hands. I don't say it's easier or it's the same level as the Kip Up with the hands, but it's just going to show you that I can do it without hands. So the hand placement is not important for beginners or advanced levels, it doesn't matter really. Because the other two tips I'm going to give you are more crucial in how to make the Kip Up work than the hand placement. So the hand placement is not a tip, the head is the tip. So as you maybe saw, there was a slight touch with the hand on my ground, and I just used it to get enough momentum to go into the Kip Up position and stand up. Alright, I'm going to show it one more time. Come a little bit closer. Really, you can go down, focus on my head. Alright, I'm here, my hands are over here. I'm just going to go down and up. It's pretty easy because it doesn't even hurt that much. The momentum helps me to get up. Alright, that's the second tip. Just try to help and use your neck muscles and your head, your back of your skull, to get the Kip Up to work. Alright, with falling down and using your head out of the way, the next tip is going to be your stance, how to use your legs to get up of the Kip Up position. I'm sure you're pretty comfortable with the movement, just to use your hands and now your head to get up, but how can you land? How can you just stay still and get up after the Kip Up? Because I'm sure this happened to you before. You go down to the Kip Up, You want to go up, but you can't. It's just plain simple. I'm going to show it again. No chance to stand up. So as you may have seen, my feet were just a couple of inches apart. And that doesn't really work that well if you're new to the Kip Up movement, if you're a beginner. So what you want to do, and now watch closely, your legs have to be wide apart as far as you can, as far as it doesn't hurt you, just as far as you can to really have a better stance when you try to stand up. So what you're going to do is you go down, back, and to stance. And now it's much easier to stand up. So I'm going to show it. Watch closely how my feet or my legs are apart. Alright, you go down. We know this movement. Then we go back and now watch my feet and my legs. Now as you can see, my stance is much wider. And that helps you to spread the weight and the momentum and the whole movement across your body equally. So as we did it before, it's landing like this, it's not going to help you because your weight is just spread over this little part here. And when you stand like this, you have much more stability. That's why you stand on a snowboard like this, that's why you stand on a skateboard like this. You're not going to skate or snowboard like this. And that's a third tip, how to use your legs, how far your legs should be apart when you're landing the Kip Up or when you land after a Kip Up. Because you know the movement is clear to you. You saw a couple of videos and you know that you have to lay down, use your hands and your head now somehow and get up into a standing position. Don't do it like this. It's not going to work for the first time. Go as far as you can. You can go as far as this if it doesn't hurt your hips or your legs in general. If you can go as far or as wide as this, go for it because it's much easier to have the stability. And another point is, when you get up, you have to go up much higher when you try to land in this position. When you try to land in this position, my hips and my ass is much closer to the ground. When I'm like this, it's much harder to get up. So that's the third tip. Okay guys, we had falling down, we had use your head instead of your hands. Still use your hands, of course, but using your hands and your head at the same time will help you much more. And then we had how to far apart your legs should be when you're landing the Kip Up. So the final thing is a game changer, because this tip, when some friends ask me, hey, how can I do a Kip Up? It's always those three things, and they are pretty good at managing those things at the same time. But the last thing is the thing where most people struggle, so really pay attention to this. And the last tip, it's about your feet placement when you land. So we had how to stand far apart, that's the third tip. But now, really focus on your feet, because this is crucial. Don't land like this, come a little bit closer. I mean, it's okay, your legs are far apart, but your feet are flat on the ground. To have the feet flat like this won't help you to stand or to be able to make your first Kip Up. So pay close attention what my feet do after I'm landing wide, but the last part and the last step of the journey to be successful at doing a Kip Up is going to be the feet. So I'm going to do it once, I'm going to explain to you what I did, and then I'm going to show it again, maybe from a different angle. Alright, lay down, go back, and up. Alright, for those of you guys who paid close attention to what I did, my feet weren't flat on the ground for the first second when I touched the ground. They were like this. And it looks very strange, and it feels very strange, but it's really important for you to do this if you never were able to do a Kip Up. It's maybe because your feet were flat on the ground and your stance was really close. So that's maybe the biggest reason why you aren't able to do a Kip Up just yet. So I'm gonna show it once again. I'm gonna first show you the landing position. It's gonna be when you come up, instead of going like this, you go like this. And it's very hard to show right now because I'm not doing a Kip Up, but you get it. You're just gonna land like this on your inner part of the feet. Watch closely. And up. It's much easier for you because now you don't have to focus on or going flat on the ground, because what happens when you want to go just flat, feet flat on the ground, is this. You have to go back and then you come forward and you have to place your feet on the ground like this. But try to sit down now and stand up like this. It's not gonna work. You won't be able to shift your body weight to the front, and that's what is crucial when you have to do a kip up. So now, when you're like this, I can stand up. I need a little momentum, but it's the same thing you have when doing a kip up, but I wouldn't be able to do it when my feet are flat on the ground. So that's tip number 4, for me the most important tip, because it helps you to not just do the kip up, but to stand up. And the stand up is the most important part, because anybody can do a kip up and not stand up. Alright, and that's tip number 4, for me the most important tip. And now your goal is to combine all of those tips, falling down, use your head and your hands, your legs far apart, and your stance on the ground, how to use your feet to get up after you do a kip up. So now the final product should look like this. Alright, and this should be the final product for you to be able to do a kip up and stand up after it. So just combine these 4 tips and you should be able to do your first kip up probably in less than 10 minutes. If this video helped you, make sure to leave a like down below. Also subscribe to this channel, because we have weekly videos and I'm sure a future video will help you as much as this video did today. Also turn on the post notifications so you will be alerted when we upload the new video. Leave a comment down below what you want to see from us in the future. Similar tricks like this, kip ups, backflips, gainer, whatever you want. And we're going to deliver you a video just as this, with tips that nobody talks about, but we know it because we've done it and we've been there. Alright guys, thanks a lot for watching this video to the end, and I appreciate your support. Thanks a lot, and until next time, goodbye.
Keep